Welcome to Red Eye. It's like pushing up daisies, if by daisies you mean smack. I'm here tonight with Angelica Bridges. She's an actress, model, singer, celebrity chef, and TV host. My God, she's as talented as I am wretched and lonely. Let's welcome a first-time guest to the show, Bob DiBuono. What a great name. He's a comedian. If hilarity were a cow, I'd milk him twice a day. True. Bill Schultz, my sad and pathetic sidekick. Doesn't get any worse. And right next to me is Allison Rosen. She's the hot seat editor at Time Out New York. If incisive commentary were a dirty car, I'd hose her in my driveway.
Thanks, Greg. If brains were pantyhose, you'd have the runs.
Vaughn, shall we? First it was Jose Canseco, then Barry Bonds, and then Roger Clemens. And now Wyclef Jean? Could it be that steroids will rock the entertainment world the same way it did baseball? Is that how you say his name?
Yes,
Thank you.
John.
Yeah. A New York newspaper is reporting that the names of performers like Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent, Timbaland, and Wyclef have surfaced in a steroid investigation. The report alleges these stars may have received or used performance-enhancing drugs. The denials are flying. A spokeswoman for Blige denies the singer has taken any illegal steroids. Police say the evidence does not indicate any of these celebrities actually broke the law. Allison, I go to you first. Those stars are among tens of thousands of people who may have used steroids or injectable human growth hormone. Yet they aren't competing in any sport. So why do you think they're taking these drugs?
Well, can we rule out the idea that they're actually very short people and that through trick photography and the magic of digital imagery, we're not aware of this? And so they actually, their bodies have stopped producing this hormone and they need to replace it.
So you're saying there's an actual legitimate reason for the human growth hormone because they're actually small people?
Yes, because they've used or received it. And I would like to point out that this whole used-received thing is ridiculous. Like thermal underwear is something you receive but maybe don't use, or like orthopedic shoe inserts, receive but don't use. This is something that if you're receiving it, you're probably using
Exactly. You never, it's not going underneath the bed. You're putting it right in.
That's where I put that.
Exactly.
I'm saving it for winter.
Let me go to Bob. It seems to me that wherever you find steroids, you find really successful people. So shouldn't we admit that steroids work and let people use them without fear of reprisal?
Absolutely. First of all, I don't understand why 50 Cent would do it because he got stabbed like 6 times. Why would you want to be a bigger target?
That's true. He was actually, wasn't he shot like 9 times?
Something, yeah, I mean, you should be living on like wheat thins and like white man's guilt.
That's true.
Maybe it promotes healing of bullet wounds.
I don't know about that. That's something to look during the break. I want you to head to the local library. Bill, as you know, performers using steroids isn't new. Sylvester Stallone paid a fine in Australia for illegally possessing vials of human growth hormone found in his luggage. So do you think this is just the tip of the iceberg? And who else might be taking these drugs?
I gotta go with Jonathan Lipnicki.
Yep.
He, much like Wyclef Jean, he's still sort of at it before, but as anyone who's seen him since he went through puberty,
huge now.
He's got a head of Barry Bonds dynamic.
Oh, he's got a giant head.
It's
His head is
huge,
massive.
exactly.
The body of Adonis.
And with Mary J. Blige, everyone knows steroids promotes hair loss, and that would explain her wigs.
Now, Angelica, I want to go to, if steroids could make you a better performer, a better singer, a better actress, a better chef, a better veterinarian.
Oh, stop it.
Yes. Wouldn't you take
Jack
it?
of all trades. Maybe I would. Maybe I would. But you know what? In 2007, Stanford University did a study on this, and there was really nothing proven that this actual growth hormone is doing anything but making, leaner muscle or leaner mass because it's filling it with water, your muscle. So that's where it's saying, oh, okay, you're growing, you're getting bigger, but you're really not. It's actually the water that's enhancing that, and that's where all of these rumors
The Yankees would argue with you.
Wait, might I point out to Bill, that's somebody who did their research before the show.
Do you want me to put my glasses back on? I don't need to do research with my reading glasses.
Yes, Allison.
Since taking it, my have shrunk a lot, and I've been really pleased with that result.
Also, for the anti-aging, let's talk about all the people out there that are not doing it. And we should celebrate them. Why look at the negative? Like, look at Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. They're not doing it. Duh.
You know what the interesting thing about that is that Jagger and Iggy Pop and Keith Richards also prove that and David Bowie, if you do heroin in your 30s, you never gain weight for the rest of your life. It is the best weight loss drug ever.
Better than Iggy
Pop,
baby.
Exactly.
Iggy Pop came in second to Lee Haney and Mr. Olympia.
And that's so true. That was 1987, I believe. All right, let's move on, shall we? Is Al-Qaeda going all white-a? Great rhyme. A UK newspaper is reporting that the terrorist group is branching out beyond the typical Muslim recruit and building a Caucasian army of killers in the United Kingdom. It's a lot of K's. According to a source at the M15, which is the British version of the FBI and the Jacksons, 1,500 white Britons are believed to have converted to Islam. The purpose: to fund, plan, and carry out surprise terror attacks. Now, Bob, isn't it inevitable that the shape and color of terror will change in order to adapt to our methods of fighting it?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, yesterday they left me a message asking me if I would do it.
Yes.
So I'm supposed to show up next Thursday night at 7 for assembly.
And that was me calling him to recruit him.
Oh, really?
You wouldn't expect either of
So
us.
you know what's scary is that, like,
I
now,
was not supposed to say that.
well, you know what scares me about this is I can no longer, in my head, racial profile. If you two are both in Al-Qaeda, when I'm in the when I'm in that airplane and I'm staring at you, I think you guys are all right.
You
Now
can't
we got-
trust anyone.
I can't trust anyone.
Now we're even going to get pulled over. Isn't this awful?
Exactly.
This is a very dark day.
Panty searched.
Well, Angelica, what did you say? Panty search?
What? I didn't. What?
I thought I heard
Huh?
panty search.
What?
What do you think? I mean, with this growing number of white terrorists posing a serious threat because they're less likely to be detected, what do we do now?
Well, this is the thing. They're saying that most of these people are getting recruited in prison. But I mean, 80% of inmates are atheists. Okay, so then you got the 20%. I mean, is that really
Is that
enough?
true? 80%
Yes,
are atheists?
80% are atheists.
Well, yeah, but three things are going to happen when you go to prison. You're either going to get raped, you're going to get shanked, or you're going to convert to Islam.
Or you're gonna
That
get
makes a
killed.
lot of
Or you're
sense.
going to get killed.
Well, that's
you
the
know?
shank part.
I thought that was Islam is growing hugely in prisons because
absolutely.
there's not much else to do but to read, stuff and you
Wear
know,
those little cloth
get
knit
shanked.
hats.
Sometimes
Right,
they
but does
approach
that-
you. Yeah, sorry,
But
go ahead.
sorry, no,
Yeah.
but does that mean that just because you're, see, what we're saying here, that's really, really negative, because we're saying that Islam, it just automatically makes you a terrorist. But it doesn't, so what, they're recruiting, people to Islam, but does that necessarily mean they're going to go into
I agree with
terrorism?
you. It's not that all people in Islam are terrorists. It just so
Right.
happens that all terrorists are Islam. It's one of those,
Really?
yeah, that's it's true. That's how it works. Bill, you would think that Islam's strict moral code would be unattractive to many Westerners. Do you think they might change it so to attract people like you or me?
Yeah, absolutely. If you throw me a little bone, maybe not allow me to grow the beard out and wear what I want, and then let me indulge in a wine spritzer every once in a while, I'll join your little merry band of terrorists.
And if you don't have to listen to that music, like if you can still listen to like Van Halen with David Lee Roth,
You could
like rock out to that.
You could argue that music is actually more beneficial for being a terrorist because it gets you pumped.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used to listen to Jump before I'd go to the gym.
Me too.
Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
And how
Such
great is
good terror.
It really is.
How great is it to pray 5 times a day, though? Wouldn't you feel amplified?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Might-
take,
to kill
I take
people.
naps.
I take
I
naps.
just take little
But
naps,
here's the
cat
thing,
naps.
Allison. You gotta look at this. They've stopped. They're running out of terrorists, and they're running out of terrorists if they're looking for white people. So this is got to be a good sign, correct?
No, I don't think so, actually. I think what you said before, terror is a blob. It's amorphous, and it changes shapes, and it changes faces, and I think that that's actually what this is a sign
That
of.
sounds like my ex-girlfriend. Oh my God.
I don't understand how this helps them, because the only people that get searched in airlines are little old white ladies anyway.
No, this is an excellent point. That I joke about racial profiling. We aren't doing that anyway. So this doesn't change the way. This does not change the way we fight terror. In fact, we're so politically correct. We're afraid of pointing out somebody's religious background when trying to do a terror check.
Well, I think already it's hard to figure out who to question, and so there's just this sort of free-floating. Yeah, I think it is.
That's where they
actually.
kind of do random checking. If you get
But
the
it's a waste of time.
SSS
They
on your
once
ticket.
frisked my mother, my 83-year-old mother. They lifted up her shirt. That was just wrong, and that wasn't even in the airport.
But now she's dating him.
Yes, actually, it was a happy ending, actually, and we're wasting one. All right, don't go anywhere, my fine friends. We've got so much more news to throw down your news pipe. Like, what did Britney do during her 30 seconds at the courthouse today? Probably a bailiff. They're really attractive and have large, caring hands. It's true. And is my meth habit more my dealer's fault than mine? We'll discuss this and much more in a few woozies. And that's a technical term for 2.5 minutes.